All right, guys. Hey, welcome back. Hey, this is Eric with MyGlide Rides, bikes, bourbon, and Q. So, hey, look, this is July 3rd. We're fixing to do a couple of pork shoulders, a.k.a. Boston butts. We're going to do a little short video to put on the channel. So be sure you like and subscribe. This is the first barbecuing video that I've done. I've got an outdoor kitchen setup that I love. We've got multiple grills. My wife says I have a problem with grills. But anyway, so I'll walk you through a couple steps. We've got, I said, again, two pork butts here and here. And I'm going to show you a little bit what we're fixing to do. All right, guys, so these are bone out pork shoulders. I typically do the bone in. I like being able to pull the bone out. I know at like 205 internal temperature that bone or the meat is ready. So what I went ahead and did was, this is for a party that we're going to tomorrow. Went and took them out of the pack. There were 2 to a bag. These are from Costco, and these are, like I said, bone out. So I went ahead and trimmed off any kind of, I call it stragglers, that might be hanging off the meat. Those would get burned and overdone and get too crunchy. I did remove a little bit of the hard fat that was on the top. I've done that one, and I've done this one already. Got the big pan to put it in. We will use mustard, good old mustard as a binder. It does not, for the amount of cook, well, if I can get it out, it does not affect the flavor at all. So, but we will be able to rub this all in. We're going to be using today, as far as the seasonings, Meat Church's Gospel Barbecue Rub, and we're going to be doing the Honey Hog Barbecue Rub. So you can get these online at his place, or you can get them at, I think Ace Hardware sells them a lot of times. So you can stop by there and get those seasonings. Turns out really well. This Gospel is a really nice color. It has a lot of paprika in it. So I'll show you a little bit later when they sweat out. But I've already got the grill going, heating up, and we'll show you the next step here. All right, as I said, so this is the mustard, the binder. We're just going to rub it all over. The good thing about the bone out is that you can actually get into the meat a lot deeper. We will use more mustard. Sorry, trying to do this with one hand versus the normal tripod I use. So the binder, you can use, a lot of people use olive oil. Most people will use mustard. Mustard is just an easy way to get the seasoning to stick. Some people choose not to even do mustard. But again, mustard has no effect on the flavor whatsoever. You never taste it. It's probably the #1 binder that is used. So once you get this all nice and covered, make sure that it's all hard to do with one hand. There. So now what we're going to do is go on with a couple layers of the rub. We will put on the honey hog first, and then we'll move into the regular Gospel. All right, hang on. All right, so as you see, we got the second one done. It has not quite sweated out like this one. See how much more that has. The seasoning actually pulls the moisture out of the meat, and allowing these to sweat like that just makes for a better color, better flavor, and getting the meat down to kind of a room temperature. So we'll walk out here in just a minute and we'll check to see what the fire situation's going, and then we'll get these things on. These should be about a 10-hour cook, so fingers crossed. Come off tonight and then let them sit at about 170 overnight, and you'll see the results tomorrow. All right, so we are out here at the kitchen, and so here's the grill. We're pushing about 225 right now. We're cooking with hickory. Put a little cherry on every once in a while, but need to refill my vinegar spray bottle. But pan of water. We'll get the butts in. By the time we get back out here, it should be around 250, 275 is where I'll keep it. 250 for the first few hours anyway, and then as it gets a little later into the cook, we'll ramp up temperature. But what we want to shoot for is like 160, and then we'll put it in the big pan, both butts in the pan. We'll add probably a little bit of butter, and the rendered fat will be caught by the pan, and then depending on how much is there, we typically do not pour that out. Just pull pork apart and put it in it, and at 205 is when it is a shreddable meat. So anyway, we'll show you that in just a second. All right, so here we are. We got the grill ready. It was a 250, and got the hickory wood stacked and ready. The butts are sweating out. As you can see, that one's getting going. That one's well on its way. So, but it's time to put them on. They're good now. So my daughter gave me some of these barrel-proof chips. Thought I might just smoke a few of them here and there. See what that does for it. But anyway, this is my outdoor kitchen setup. So pizza oven, gas grills, outdoor grills. Of course, there's more over here. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll get to cooking. Okay, so the butts are on. Good. What kind of water? I just put some of the barrel-proof bourbon barrel blocks in there. Anyway, we will close the lid. We'll get the temperature to 250, 275, and that's where she'll ride. I'll keep you updated. Okay, so we're 1 hour in. Let's see what they're looking like. So this is 1 hour. All right, so we got the butts. They're at 165-ish internal temperature right now, so we're going to wrap them. And what I like to do is we're going to add a little butter, little pats of butter. Just can never go wrong with butter, so we'll put a couple there. Put another one there. Another one here. Just a couple little pats. Paper off this one. There. And 2 more. Of course, the fat that's still remaining has got to be rendered down, and that will happen in the next process. So there we go. The next shot, you'll be totally amazed. There'll be a lot of rendered fat in the bottom, and we will crank the heat up to run 275, 300 until we are ready to pull, till we get to 205, which will probably be, what time is it now? See, it's 7 o'clock now, so it'll probably be another 3 or 4 hours before we get to 205. And at that point, we will pull it off. We'll maintain it at 170 until tomorrow. And you will be totally surprised at how dark these are. Okay, so we got them wrapped in the pan. And that's the way they will stay until they reach 205. I will probe them with the thermometer until they get 205, which will probably be closer to 9 o'clock, but 10 o'clock, but I will bump the heat up. I've got the wood drying, hickory, again, that's all I use, and we'll pull them at 205. All right, so we just now stoked the firebox. We got that going good. We will shut the lid, and which will dampen the fire down some, and we'll watch the temperature rise. Probably get up to about 300. We're good to go. We're wrapped. So you can see the fire over there. Watch out tomorrow. Here comes some great barbecue. All right, we're walking out, checking again, seeing where we're at. Smoke is a-rolling. You can see. Choo-choo. We're at 275. See how the fire's doing. Let it breathe a little bit. You'll watch it catch up really quick. Open this up just a hair. I run with my smoker. Put an extension on it. Run with it wide open. A lot of people will try to shut that down or damper it down. Highly not recommended. Control it with the intake. You'll see this is already catching back up. That's all you need to do. Anyway, let's call it back up. Shut that down. Yeah. Beautiful evening here. Again, drinking out of my orange candy glass from my wife. Thank you, honey. But anyway, on a little walk about in the backyard. Harley, the birthday boy, running. He runs constantly. Thinking he's chasing off something. Anyway, we'll check back in.
But the rare ones remind you who you are. You feel the warm fries through your chest, and you remember the reason.
Smokin.
MyGlide rides through the heat and cold, through empty towns and stories told. We're still a
Hickory.
growling beneath the stars. We chase that bourbon near and far. Glass by glass and mile by mile, I'm clearing my mind in southern style. Burning roads with bourbon pride.
All right, well, good evening, everyone. It's happy eve of July 4th. Coming up to the outdoor kitchen. See what we got going on here. Smoking a couple of Boston butts for tomorrow. Pool party. See if we can get a shot of them. Ooh. Oh wait, they're covered up. Anyway, fire going. Boston butts covered, but I'll show you a picture of them. All right, there's that 205. They're going in to rest for the night.
Not for speed, not for escape, but for the soul.
They'll be ready tomorrow.
Throttle wide open, I'm feeling alive.